What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a very late episode of Around the Flock. So thank you for your patience. Obviously, yesterday was supposed to be an unofficial um, day to be set for to do this, but thank you for joining us in between the Jags or during the Jags Titans game. But let's just get a quick roundup, real quick, of rant and raves going forward with this Week 18 divisional matchup that has but doesn't have meaning to it. Before we go in, obviously last week was a emotional loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, it was a good game. I'll give them that. Fantastic. They did just flip the script and gave us a run piece of our own. It is what it is at this point. Another quick hit before the actual rant and raves portion of this is going to be personnel notice. The Baltimore Ravens had waived two players today. It seems like it was uh, definitely Nick Boyle and Deshaun Jackson. They have both been waived. Wondering if they will clear waivers and possibly be re-signed to the practice squad. They use practice squad elevations on quarterback Brett Hundley and defensive line Rashad Nichols. They have also activated wide receiver Tylen Wallace and cornerback Daryl Worley from IR. Now, with all these moves, it's kind of interesting because obviously Nick Boyle was one of those. He was so essential to the run game, but then the injury happened. Some of us figured that he probably wasn't going to be completely the same coming back. It was going to be hard. He's an awesome blocking tight end um, when completely healthy, but at the same time, it's obviously a business. They have to move on. Hopefully he can clear waivers and be re-signed to the practice squad, but we'll just have to wait and see. Deshaun Jackson was also kind of a weird wave cut because considering he's been doing work alongside Deshaun Robinson or Demarcus Robinson with getting things done. He's been doing better at 36 than some of these other guys, such as Prochet or obviously Wallace, since he's been on IR. But that's a whole another story. But there's a lot to consider here with how it's been shown. Brett Hundley, I believe, is just in case, or is a standard elevation in case Tyler Huntley is unable to go. Obviously, Anthony Brown will take over as the starting quarterback if Huntley is unable to go, even though they believe that there is a strong chance he will still be good to go. And as far as folks who are, or the game time status, we are currently looking at Calais Campbell being questionable, Tyler Huntley also questionable, Deshaun Jackson, obviously, he's been cut, Lamar Jackson officially out, Marcus Peters listed as questionable, Jason Pierre-Paul, he's good to go, Kevon Seymour, questionable, Ronnie Stanley is good to go, and Brandon Stevens is also listed as questionable. Not going to go through the injury list because at this point we all know or should know what's going on. Now, as far as the whole Lamar Jackson narrative that's been going around, and apparently sources or there are rumors going around that he's been shut down from his inner circle. I don't necessarily completely believe all that. Going into the situation and coming from some other members of the media who are saying that there's a strong chance he is going to be back for the wild card matchup. It's like, who do we believe first? Um, this source from his inner circle, I'm curious to know who exactly it is. Is it like one of his close friends? Is it one of his private quarterbacks coach that he stays in constant contact with? Who is this that is leaking this information or giving us rumor mill? Obviously, we all want Lamar to stay in Baltimore no matter what, but we will have to wait and see. It all depends, or in my personal opinion, it all depends on what happens with our coaching staff situation, especially with Greg Roman, because rumor mill has it that Lamar would not sign an extension as long as Giro was still in the building as OC. There's a lot of speculation to go around. We won't know anything until we hit the all season, until we hit the league new year, or the, the week following, whichever the Monday following, whatever week that the Ravens are either or finally done for the 2022-2023 season. It's just a lot of question marks. So I don't want to get my hopes up because I'm already preparing for a rough goodbye of our 5 year, what we thought was going to be our new franchise quarterback. I am getting my hopes and dreams up and expecting him to find happiness elsewhere just in case. Um, Now, if he stays with Baltimore, that's going to and decides to be the Baltimore Ravens franchise quarterback, still, that will be awesome and wonderful. It'll be so exciting. Now, as far as this game going forward, the Week 18 matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals, there is a lot of heat going back and forth. The Bengals and the Bengals organization and their fans all believe that they have been rightfully screwed over because of the ruling in that the Bills Bengals game has been canceled and will not resume play. Y'all almost dropped an F bomb. Y'all are the something else because y'all were handed a AFC North championship. That's all you. That's all. So just I don't know what to say to that. I mean, all yeah, our there's a lot to go on our during this game. It's going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be a stressful game to watch for both fan bases. But it's going to be if they decide to start everyone on defense that they should. It's going to be an elite defense versus a strong offense in, Raquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey, Patrick Queen, Calais Campbell, Marcus Williams, et cetera, all against Joey Burrow and company. That is going to be the matchup to look out for. As far as the Bengals defense versus the Ravens offense, that's going to be a we'll see type of matchup. It's This game is going to be defense. And obviously whoever is the offense to come out on top. But this is it's going to be the Bengals offense versus the Ravens defense. And that's going to be it for the most part. That's what a lot of folks are looking to, especially with how the Ravens offense is currently. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to either Marlon Humphrey covering Jamar Chase or Marcus Peters covering him, and so on and so forth. We know what is at stake as far as, the Ravens have to win this game, the Chargers have to win, and the Ravens have to win a coin toss, which obviously is a 50-50 shot. If the Ravens get a home field advantage due to that, I will take it. I will take having my quarterback in returning at home. PCL strains are nothing to take lightly, or sprains. Yeah, it was a sprain. So I don't understand why all the Bengals fans are as livid as they are. I mean, I do understand because, the rule book that it's been kind of loosened up, bent, and yeah. But the Ravens got screwed over just as much as the Bengals did. The Ravens got screwed out of competing for a true AFC North championship. Obviously, our prayers go out to, and thoughts and good vibes go out to DeMar Hamlin and all of the Bills players, everyone in Buffalo. But this ruling has also made it hard on other teams competing for the number 1 seed, the number 3 seed, home field advantage, and so on and so forth. Y'all aren't the only fan base that was, and I'm turning this into yeah. But I've repeated myself enough on that subject, so I'm expecting this game to be a good game. Unfortunately, I have to work during most of it. Hopefully, I'll be able to listen to some of it. If not, I will probably end up rewatching, or I will be blown up like normal. We'll see what happens. And let's go ahead and check out what ESPN has to say about this game. So ESPN currently has Cincinnati as a 72.7% chance winning, with Baltimore at a 27% chance, with a 0.3% chance of tying. 1 o'clock game at Cincinnati. And the only Bengal that is listed on the ESPN injury report is Eli Apple, which is questionable per January 6th. The pick center currently has Ravens at +9 for the spread and Bengals at -9. The money line is +335 for Baltimore and -440 for the Bengals, with an over/under of 39.5. Will that happen? I'm still counting on my Ravens to get the job done, even if that means It's gonna be ugly. Oh shit. But it's gonna be a hard, tough game. I've got some friends from school back in the day who are huge Bengals fans telling me that they're on their fourth string quarterback and they're definitely going to basically, or the Raven. This is nothing for the Ravens, and that Cincinnati is going to basically wipe the floor. This isn't 2021 into 2022. The defense is basically at full strength for the most part. So Joey B is not going to be throwing 525 yards again. Mixon and y'all's running back group might do a better job this year, but this defense, man, it's something else. It's a different breed, especially with the addition of Roquan Smith since he's been getting acclimated to the AFC North. Marcus Williams is doing fantastic. Getting or getting Marcus Peters back is going to be extremely helpful if he is good to go. And it's going to be a show or nice little showdown. I'm super excited. Now, I'm not counting the Bengals out in any way. It's going to be a slugfest like it was last time. And we all know Joe Burrow wasn't too happy with how last time turned out because of what happened last year. We'll just have to wait and find out. As far as my predictions go for this game, I'm going to say if the Ravens win, it's going to be 17-14. Actually, scratch that. It's going to be 21-14. If the Bengals win, it'll be 24-17. That is what I believe will happen. We'll see tomorrow, see what happens. I hope the Ravens win. I hope they pull it out. But I will not be shocked if the same thing that has happened before happens again. But as I tried to say before on this or when we started, I was going to make it a quick one. Thank you all for watching what has been this kind of quick episode. Thank you so much for tuning in every week. We really appreciate it here. I know that sometimes it seems like I'm running out of content. No, there's a lot of content still put out here at Ravens ATB or on the Ravens side of Around the Block. But just got to bear with me. Sometimes the work-life balance just ends up putting us at a quick episode on a late episode or late in the week episode type of night. Anyways, hope everyone has a great night. As far as where you can find us at, obviously in the ticker you've been seeing Ravens underscore ATB or the ATB underscore network. As far as my personal stuff, you can find me at BT Myers underscore on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and I think that's about it. If you want to send me a friend request on Facebook, if you haven't already been on there, please do so. If we can talk ball all you want. And on that note, I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. Thank you. Bye.